Yeah, let's see if we can get this tractor started. I want to get it into the garage so that I can kind of redo the fuel system. And I also want to check the plugs and the ignition system and everything because it doesn't like to start, especially when it's cold. So hopefully it'll start now and I can get it in to the garage and take care of those issues. So I'm ready for winter when it gets really cold, and it ain't no fun. Can't even see where the choke is, but I'm thinking that's it. So the old one-handed start. Come on. Why was that off? That don't make any sense. Well, it started anyway. It moved a little ways. Yeah, definitely got to go through this stupid thing. Oh, come on. Well, I'll get it out of here one way or another. Well, I finally got it in here, and I think you can see why I need to go through the fuel system. Because if it's not leaking all my gas out through the sediment bowl or the shutoff valve or whatever, it's actually getting plugged up with rust inside of this inlet to the fuel bowl here. And I have to take the whole thing apart and take it off and take it apart and clean it and everything to make it work again, and I don't want to do that anymore. That's kind of a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do is just replace that sediment bowl with this little nipple here and a shutoff valve and a cheap Chinese fuel filter. I got a bunch of these and some rubber line, and I'm thinking it'll be easier if this thing clogs up. If this one clogs up, I can just blow into it, pop the line off, blow into it, put it back on, and be on my way. And I shouldn't have to unscrew everything and drain the entire tank and fool around with that. So honestly, the ideal solution would be get another tank that's not all rusty, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to do it the simple way and just make it easy to get going again. So first thing I got to do is drain the gas, and I've got the line off and the gas on, and I don't think anything's coming out, so it's probably plugged up pretty good. So I'll see if I can get that unplugged without having to unscrew that thing, if I can avoid it. But yeah, we're going to get rid of this setup. Alright, I got all the fuel drained out of the tank, and I looked in there. You won't be able to see it, but the bottom of that is just covered in flaky rust. I cleaned it out once before when I first got it and got all the flaky crap out of there, but I suppose the inside of the tank is so rusty that it just keeps flaking off and falling in there and clogging up my inlet. So the only real solution to that, I think, without buying a new tank, would be to take it off again, get all the crap out, and then seal the inside of it. But I'm not going to do that because winter's here, and I need a quick solution. So we're just going to redo the fuel system. Next step, I guess, is taking that sediment bowl off and the line and everything, and starting to rig up my my other system. Alright, I got my fuel bowl off. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but those little holes in there, I mean, they're just completely plugged with crap. Gets in through the inlet and plugs up those little holes, and then, yeah, blocks the fuel flow. So I went ahead and I took that off, and I got my little paintbrush here and kind of pushed all the big chunks of rust down and out the hole. And you can kind of see how nasty that gas looks. I flushed it a few times. Just full of crap. So I got most of the big chunks of rust out. There's still some in there. But now I can go ahead and do my fuel system a little bit different. I got this nipple I'm going to screw in here, and some just some screen door mesh jammed in it. So I'll put that up there, and the screen door mesh should hopefully keep most of the big chunks from clogging up this tube, hopefully. And then I won't have to worry about this thing not getting gas anymore. So I'll throw this together and we'll see how it works. Alright, I got that thing back together. It's not the prettiest setup, but hopefully it'll keep that line from getting clogged up. And if it does get clogged up, it should be a little bit easier to clean anyway. So that's in there. It's not leaking gas there, but of course the carburetor is still leaking. I'm not going to mess with that. It's just too cold. I can shut the gas off up here and let whatever's in it run out. I guess I don't care. But I see I've got a flat tire. I'm just going to air that up. I'm not going to mess with it. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull the plugs and see what they look like, and clean them up if they're a little dirty. Well, I got the plugs out, and they're pretty nasty looking. Now, I had thought that I replaced these when I went through the whole thing, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I was just too lazy. So I think what I'm going to do is just get new plugs rather than try to clean these. I thought they were brand new or fairly new, so I was just going to clean them, but yeah, I think we'll just replace them and be done with it. And hopefully this thing will start a little better in the wintertime. Alright, new spark plugs are in, and I was definitely overdue for a set, because I walked in with these things, and the guy behind the counter, first guy didn't know what he was looking at, couldn't find the part number, and so he got the second guy, and the second guy kind of laughed and says, Napa doesn't make spark plugs. So they must be pretty old if they don't even recognize what they are. But got the new ones in. I got the air in the tires there, so they're good. I'm going to check the oil and throw a battery in it, and we'll see if this thing will fire up and run a little bit better now that it doesn't have plugs from the 1960s. Alright, battery's in, plugs are in, oil's good. Let's see if this thing will fire up a little bit better. Hopefully it will. Well, if you connect the battery good, get a good connection, it will. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I think that'll work. Running a little bit rich, but that's alright. They all run at the end, so cool. I think I'll throw the charger on it there, make sure that's charged up and ready to go. I'll watch that tire for a few days, make sure that doesn't go flat again, and hopefully we should be ready for winter.